Hello students, welcome to today's class with me Adela Samuel for Income Tax Law and Practice. Today's class is going to be on rent-free accommodation. So let's start off with problem number 1. Mr. C is a government employee in Chennai. He is living in a furnished house provided by the government free of rent. His salary is rupees 15,000 per month. The license fee fixed by the government for the unfurnished house is rupees 1,000 per month. Its fair value is rupees 7,500 per month. He is provided with furniture which is a cost of 20,000. Compute rental value of RFA. So few things you need to understand from the problem is, one, he is a government servant. So for a government employee, the calculation of an unfurnished house is the license fee fixed by the government, which is given to you in the sum. They have also given you fair value of the house, which you can ignore. Only the license fee fixed by the government is important here. Then the furniture value is also given. We can take the value of furniture also. So let's start working out the sum. So computation of RFA. In this, what we need to know for an unfurnished house is the license fee fixed by the government. So you take three columns. One is particulars in rupees column. So the license fee fixed by the government is 1,000 for 12 months, which is 12,000. That is the value of the unfurnished house. But since he is provided with furniture, we have to find out what is the value of the furnished house. So you have to add the furniture value. So that is 20,000 original cost into 10%. So that will be 2,000 rupees for a year. So 12,000 plus 2,000 will give you 14,000 as the value of rent-free accommodation. Since he is a government employee, that is all is the working. So the value of RFA or the rent-free accommodation is 14,000. So problem number 2. Rahul is working in a private company at Chennai. You are asked to compute the value of RFA unfurnished. The house is owned by the company. Basic salary is rupees 3 lakhs. DA is 1 lakh. Bonus is 50,000. Entertainment allowance is 10,000. So what you need to remember here is Rahul is working in a private company, number 1. We are going to calculate for an unfurnished house, number 2. Okay, so what is the condition for a private company? Salary into a percentage. The percentage will depend upon the population of the place. So since he is living in Chennai, it's going to be a population more than 2.5 lakhs. Okay, it's going to be more than 25 lakhs, which will be 15% of salary. Now, if the population is within 10 lakhs to 25 lakhs, it is 10% of salary. And if it is below 10 lakhs, then it is 7.5% of salary. So we need to remember that in case of a private limited company. So we'll start off with the solution. Since Rahul is living in Chennai, we assume that the city has more than 25 lakh population. So hence the rule is going to be 15% of salary, which is going to be the RFA. How do you calculate salary? Basic plus DA. Only retirement benefit DA has to be taken here. Then bonus and all taxable allowances. So you have basic, which is 3 lakhs. DA is just given to you. They have not specified as retirement benefit, so you need not take it. Bonus is given as 50,000 and entertainment allowance is also taxable allowance. So all taxable allowance has to be included. So 10,000 also you have to take. So if you add all that, you get 3,60,000 as the salary for computing RFA. Now RFA is going to be salary into 15%. So 3,60,000 into 15% is going to be 54,000. That is all. That's how you have to calculate the RFA for a private limited company. Suppose if they would have given you the value of furniture, with this you will add the value of furniture. That is all. I hope you've understood this sum, students, which is very simple to compute. Now we'll start off with the problem number 3. Mr. Zahir gets a basic salary of rupees 19,500 per month and a DA at 40% of salary, which is given as per the terms of employment. He is also getting an education allowance of rupees 450 per month for his son's education. He is provided with rent-free accommodation at Vandavasi. Population is 7.5 lakhs. The fair rental value of the unfurnished house is rupees 25,000 per annum. The cost of furnishing the house is rupees 45,000 and AC is hired on a rent of 1,200 per month and installed for 5 months. Find the value of RFA. Now, first thing you need to know from this sum is whether he is a government or a non-government employee. Nothing is given as government, so we assume it as non-government employee. So if it is non-government employee, we have to make sure the calculation is salary into a particular percentage depending on his place of stay and population. Now because he is living in Vandavasi, population is 7.5 lakhs, we will take it as 7.5%. So the place is Vandavasi and the population is 7.5 lakhs. Hence, the RFA that we're going to calculate is salary into 7.5%. Next step is to calculate the salary, which we will see in the next slide. Coming to the calculation of salary part. So we'll take 3 columns, particulars, inner and outer column. We'll start off with the basic amount. So we know that it is basic plus DA plus bonus plus any taxable allowances for the calculation of RFA. So you start off with the basic salary, which is 19,500 for a month into 12 months. So 2,34,000. Next we have DA given as 40% of salary is on the as per the terms of employment. So because it is given like that, we will take it as it is given for retirement benefit, and so 40% of salary is taken. So out of 2,34,000, 40% is taken as DA, which is 93,600. Since it is given as per the terms of employment, we are considering the DA part. Then we have no bonus, so DA bonus we are not taking. Next, fourth thing that we have to take is all the taxable allowances. The only allowance that was given to us in the sum is education allowance, where he is getting 450 per month for his son. So 450 into 12 for his son, one son, we are calculating it as 5,400. So that will be taken to the outer column. That is the amount that he is receiving. So what is the amount of exemption? Usually we have 2 conditions for exemption. One is the actual, which is 5,400, and the second one is the amount of exemption, which is 100 rupees for a month into one child is exempted. So 100 into 12 into 1, which is 1,200 rupees. Whichever is lesser. So which is lesser, 1,200 is less. So we take that to the outer column. 5,400 minus 1,200 will be 4,200. So once you calculate this, we can say that his salary for RFA is 3,31,800. His total salary for RFA purpose is 3,31,800. Now once you get the salary, we have to calculate RFA. How to compute RFA? Salary into 7.5% because it is Vandavasi and population is 7.5 lakhs. We are taking it as salary into 7.5%. So 3,31,800 into 7.5 is going to be 24,885. Now since cost of furniture is given to us, we have to calculate the furniture also. Cost of furniture that is given is 45,000 for a year. So into 10% on the original cost will be taken as cost of furniture in RFA purpose. So 45,000 into 10% is 4,500. You also have AC hiring charges, which is 1,200 per month, and they are hiring the AC only for 5 months. So 1,200 into 5 will be 6,000. So if you add these furniture's value to your unfurnished RFA, you will get the value of furnished house. So 24,885 plus value of furniture 4,500 plus value of AC, hired AC 6,000, you will get the value of RFA for a furnished house as 35,385. This is how you have to calculate the value of RFA. Problem number 4. Mr. R was transferred to Tirupura where he stayed in a hotel free of rent. His salary details are: basic salary is rupees 60,000 per month, project allowance is rupees 4,000 per month, bonus rupees 1,50,000, commission on sale rupees 49,000. Find RFA if there are two cases, 14 days stay and actual bill is 8,000. Second case is 40 days stay and actual bill is rupees 40,000. So this is a condition in this sum. This is the condition where he is staying in a hotel and there is a separate rule for hotel. So in a hotel, there are two rules that you need to remember. One is, first case is where the stay is less than 15 days. So he is staying only for 14 days and the actual bill amount is 8,000 in the sum. So since the stay is only for days which is less than 15, so according to our rules, RFA is going to be exempted. Less than 15 days stay in a hotel, it is fully exempted from tax. So the first case is fully exempted. If you take the second case, it is 40 days stay and the actual bill amount is 40,000. So till 15 days, the amount is exempted. So the remaining number of days is going to be 40 days he's staying, 15 days is exempted from that. So the remaining amount of days his taxable is 25 days. So for 25 days, we are going to calculate how much is the taxable value. And another thing you need to remember in this sum is, just like how we've calculated for the other sums, the percentage is going to be for a hotel is 24% of salary. That you need to clearly remember. Okay. Now coming to the calculation of salary for RFA purpose. So we have basic salary which is given to us per month, 60,000 into 12, 7,20,000. Bonus is given as 1,50,000. Then project allowance per month is given, which is fully taxable, 4,000 into 12 per month, which is 48,000. Then we also have commission, which is given to us as 49,000. So you add all this, you get 9,67,000 as your total salary. So in case of hotel, we know that salary is going to be taxable for 24%. So now we calculate computation of RFA. Salary into 24% for how many days? 25 days only, because 15 days is going to be exempted from tax. So obviously we need to only take it for 25 days. So 9,67,000 into 24% into 25 by 365. This is a condition that you always need to remember. Only for 25 days in a year you have to calculate. So 25 by 365 has to be inputted. So 9,67,000 into 24% into 25 by 365, which is going to be 15,896, or the actual bill amount which is given to us in the sum as 40,000. Whichever is less only will be taxable as value of RFA. So we have 15,896, or actual bill amount that is given to us is 40,000, which is lesser. 15,896 is lesser. So that will be the value of RFA. This is how you have to compute the RFA in case of hotel. Problem number 5. Mr. V is a director of a company at Bhubaneswar, drawing a salary of rupees 60,000, bonus 15,000, commission 25,000, TA 12,000. Within brackets, 60% is used for office purpose. TA is traveling allowance. Then you have house, fair rental value is 60,000. Tribal area allowance is 9,600. Medical allowance 500 per month. Children education allowance 400 per child for each child. Entertainment allowance 500 per month. Employer contribution to PF 10,000. Interest accrued on fund 2,800 at 14%. Calculate RFA if Mr. V is required to pay rupees 500 per month as rent. Assume the population is more than 25 lakhs. So in this sum, what we need to remember is he is a private employee. His salary, everything is given to us. A few allowances are given, taxable allowances are given, which we need to calculate when we are calculating the salary. And since he is a non-governmental person, depending on the population, we will be taking salary into percentage. And they have also said it is more than 25 lakhs population. So salary into 15% is what we are going to consider as RFA. Coming to the calculation of salary. So again, 3 columns, particulars, inner and outer column. We'll start off with basic salary, which is 60,000. So since nothing is given to you in the sum, like whether it's per month or per annum, you can take it as per annum. Basic salary is 60,000, bonus 15,000, commission is 25,000. TA is given to you, out of which they say 60% is for office purpose. So office purpose, if you use traveling allowance, it is exempted from tax. Remaining 40% is taxable. So 12,000 into 40% is 4,800 is taxable. Take it to the outer column. Medical allowance is fully taxable. So 500 into 12, 6,000 is taxable. Coming to education allowance, they say 400 per child for a month is given as education allowance. So 400 into 12 into 3 children. For 3 children, they are getting an allowance. So it is 14,400, which is actual amount received. So according to our condition, rule 2A, exemption is actual or 100 rupees per child per month. So for 2 children. So actual amount is 14,400. 100 into 12 per month into 2 children is exempted from tax. So it is 2,400. So which is less? 2,400 is less. So you minus that from the education allowance that he is receiving. You will get 12,000 to the outer column. Then we have entertainment allowance. Again, it is non-governmental person. So it is fully taxable for him. 500 into 12 is taxable. Next we have tribal area allowance. Tribal allowance is actual amount that he is receiving is 9,600. But according to the rule, they say actual or exemption amount of 200 rupees per month is exempted from tax. Whichever is less is exempted from tax. So exemption, we'll take it as actual 9,600 or exemption amount of 200 into 12, which is 2,400. Which is less? 2,400 is less. So take it to the outer column. From the amount that he is receiving 9,600 minus 2,400, you will get 7,200. So if you add the outer column, you get a salary of 1,36,000. So that is the salary that we have computed for RFA purpose. So this is how you have to calculate the salary. Now coming to the computation of RFA. Since the population is more than 25 lakhs, salary into 15% is what we are going to calculate as RFA for the house. So it is 1,36,000 into 15%, which is 20,400. Now in the sum they have given to us saying the amount that the employee is paying as rent is 500. That means he is paying a rent of 500 rupees per month, which is a very concessional rate. He is not getting it as free, but he is getting a concessional rent. So 500 into 12 months he is paying, which is 6,000 rupees for rent he is paying for a year. So from the RFA, if you minus this 6,000 that he is paying, the taxable value of concessional rent will be 14,400. So this is the one simple thing that you have to understand in this particular sum, because the employee is paying a rent of 500 per month, which is called as the concessional rent. So from the amount that we calculate as RFA, if you minus the amount that the employee is paying as rent, we'll get the value of concessional rent free accommodation. So thank you students for patiently listening to the sums regarding rent-free accommodation. I hope you've understood all the 5 sums clearly. Each and every sum is a little different from the other sum, so I hope you've understood the little difference in each sum. Please remember, all these rules will have to be studied first. The previous lesson that we've studied was perquisite and the RFA rules that we had studied. Please understand those rules. Only then we'll be able to work out the sum properly. So I hope you understood clearly. If you have any doubts, please get back to me. Thank you students, and have a great day.